everybody, it's Christine. I come to you in all my burntness. I went out to camp on Saturday. I was not expecting to spend 3 hours in the water playing with my kids, but that's what happens, and I burned bad. Um, so anyways, I'm going to be doing my Booktubeathon wrap-up. I ended up reading, well, about 9, but 2 of them I had already started beforehand. So I finished reading Dire Threads by Janet Boland, and it's a cozy mystery, and it's about a girl who has a machine embroidery shop. She sells machines, she teaches classes, and she has this cottage in her backyard, and she wants to get permits to fix it up, and the guy refuses to give her a permit, and then he dies in her backyard, and she's blamed for it. It was cute. I don't know if I gave it a 4 or 5. I burned through it really quickly, but not quick enough for the cozy mystery-a-thon. So then my son and I finished Welcome to Camp Nightmare by R.L. Stine. This one was actually pretty good. I did not see the ending coming at all. It's about a boy who goes to summer camp. People start going missing. Weird things start happening. My son, of course, gives it a 5. But then I read, for the Booktubeathon, I read Senior Discount, and it's by Lynn Johnston. And this one was my yellow on the cover for the table, and it's just like a year of the comic strip. This brings back so many memories, and it was nice to get back to seeing how the family's progressed and grown. And that I gave a 5. Then I went on to The Perks of Being a Wallflower by Stephen Chbosky. This is for read a book and watch the movie adaptation. This book was so slow. The first couple 100 pages, like the first half, was very slow. Second half picked up quite a bit. I found it was more, like they say he's got mental problems, but I found it more that he's on the lighter side of autism, and that's what my son is. He has, it used to be Asperger's, but there's no differentiation now, which irks me. But the Asperger's is, they're very bright, but they have no social cues. They have no idea how to interact with social people, or socially with people. And this is what it seemed like to me. The little twist at the end was kind of sad. And then I went on to watch the movie. The movie I thought showed him more as just a wallflower, where he was too shy and stuff like that. But I found the movie really didn't give an accurate representation of the book. Whereas they changed things, they left stuff out, so it was kind of choppy, and I felt that if you didn't read the book, you didn't really understand what was going on in the movie because so much was left out. That's just my thought. I don't know if I gave it a 3 or a 4. Then I went on to read Here We Go Again, and it's by Jim Toomey, and it's yet another, like, just a year of the comic strip. This one fell a little flat. Like, it was okay, it was funny. This one I was reading for my 7th book. But a lot of it was really stupid. So I think I gave it a 3. Then the book I read for Only After Sunset, and it took me a couple of days just because some days I went to bed early, was Dinar Kuntz's The Vision. And it's about a woman who is a clairvoyant, and she can kind of find the murderers. She has like a link with them. And then this one murderer, which I pretty much seen coming really early on, she has a physical link. So every time he kills somebody, she feels it. Really easy to read, really quick to read. But I think I either give it a 3 or a 4 because the ending was good. But I think what could have been, because these are one of his earlier books, the character development needed a little bit more. Yes, you do get some background information, but it's just pertaining to why things are at the end. Yeah. That's all I can say about that. I mean, it was still a good book. I think I was just expecting more. And I could also classify this as reading a book by my favorite author because I didn't quite finish all of my challenges, but that's okay. Then I went on to The Laughing Stranger by Viña del Mar, and it's for the challenge book, read a book that is older than you. The first 100 pages were slow, and then it picked up, and I think it was quite advanced for the time period that it was written in and about. It's about a girl, Elizabeth, and her brother comes back from the Civil War. So he has PTSD. They move from New York to New Jersey, their summer home, but it's wintertime. And this lady moves into their friend's house and says that she is the wife of the son that this girl is in love with. But she can't marry him because she's got a physical defect of a curvature of the spine. And this woman is always laughing, and you never really know who she is until the ending, of course. But yeah, wow. I don't know. It's also one of my mother's favorite books, and I'm surprised she liked it. So yeah, I gave it a 3 or a 4. It wasn't the best reading week. I think that's why I by the end of the week, I was just not really into the Booktubeathon anymore. Then I started reading Dreamland by Sarah Dessen, and this was for the challenge of read a book that you find out through Booktube. And I've just heard of Sarah Dessen, so I just picked, this was one of my library books. As you can see, I've not finished it. A little bit slow, but it's really starting to pick up now. And when did it pick up? Like around the 120 page mark. It's about a girl who all her friends want her to date the quarterback because she's a cheerleader. She goes out for cheerleading, and her sister had gone missing a couple of weeks beforehand. And it's not that she was kidnapped or anything. She left. She had had enough. She didn't want to go to Yale. She just left. So this girl decides to go out for cheerleading because that's so unlike her sister, because she's kind of following in her sister's footsteps, or is expected to follow in her sister's footsteps. And she meets this guy named Rogerson Biscoe. And his mother is a real estate agent. His father's, they're made of money. And he's a little bit of a bad boy. And there's been rumors about him, but she refuses to listen to them. So, but there are some harsh issues in this book. I think I told my daughter she might like it. But there are still some issues in it that I don't know if I want her to read about it, but I mean, she's 13, the girl in here is 16. But I don't want to say too much about it. It's just, yeah, there's a couple of harsh issues in here that I think most teenagers should read about. And that's all I'm going to be saying about that. It's about a 4 book for me. And the one book I did not get to for Booktubeathon is the book by my favorite author, because I wanted to save it for last. Joanna Lindsay's Until Forever. I'm not sure which one this one's about. But of course, you got the obligatory nice picture. Vikings. Yeah. So that, but I could combine my Dean Koontz as a favorite author as well, because he's one of mine. So that is my Booktubeathon TBR, my weekly wrap-up. I'm going to finish my Sarah Dessen book, and I'm going to read now. I might pick up The Book Thief or the Schindler's List for this week for reading. I did not have that ready. Oh well. I hope everybody had a wonderful Booktubeathon book reading week. If you didn't, and I think I'll see you next time. I'm burnt out, literally. Bye.